Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore, salam sejahtera untuk kita semuanya. Terhormat Sesi Direktur Jenderal ILO, Mr. Ryder, Chairman, Mr. Chairman, and Minister, Excellency, coming, Pak Gubernur, participant of this meeting. Pertama saya ingin menyampaikan selamat datang di Bali, Island of Paradise. Karena Pak Gubernur tidak bicara, saya ingin selalu menyampaikan pesannya bahwa Bali adalah the island of eat, love, and pray, according Julia Robert. Karena itulah maka saya ingin menyampaikan sekali lagi penghargaan atas kebersamaan kita untuk dalam meeting ini. Saya selalu melihat bagaimana upaya ILO hampir 100 tahun selalu berusaha untuk meningkatkan upaya dan kesejahteraan daripada buruh dan juga keharmonisan antara pekerja, para pengusaha, dan juga pemerintah. Karena pada dasarnya kepentingan tiga tripartit itu sama untuk kemajuan. Sama dengan dasar Undang-Undang Indonesia bahwa tujuan kita berbangsa adalah kemakmuran yang adil. Saya kira itu sama dengan tujuan ILO. Bagaimana meningkatkan kesejahteraan yang adil daripada semua tripartit yang hadir pada hari ini. Bulan lalu saya menghadiri juga Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. Hadir para pemimpin Asia Pacific di Peru. Seperti yang kita bicarakan, hampir semua para pemimpin negara melihat situasi hari ini, ada optimisme sekaligus banyak pesimisme juga. Ada kelembatan ekonomi dan juga ada harapan-harapan yang apabila kita bekerja secara bersama-sama. Karena itulah apa yang dibicarakan hari ini ialah bagaimana harapan-harapan itu dapat kita capai secara bersama-sama. Karena kepentingan para pekerja, para pengusaha, dan buruh tentu adalah kepentingan yang sama. Namun kadang-kadang mempunyai perbedaan-perbedaan dalam melaksanakannya.
Of course, I would should the workers and employers were speaking, and I'm not talking here on behalf of tripartite as a government, but I am now speaking on behalf of the government of Indonesia to congratulate you of having this conference. When we actually encounter slowdown, economic slowdowns, just as Tutu, or just what happened in the Europe, Middle East, America, US, China, of course this actually affect deeply to different countries, all countries, due to the globalization. So that is why the issues of possible unemployment and other thing, this is something that we need to really take into account. Because of this slowdown, there are a lot of Asia Pacific countries affected. Indonesia, even though probably better than other countries, many other countries, but we still need a higher growth to actually reduce the unemployment in this country. And if the unemployment is not reduced by improving the jobs and also the number of jobs, of course, and also the employers, of course, we will never be able to get to the goal. I also, we the government also in support of the ILO's efforts, not only the workers, but also decent work. not only work, but decent work in environmental, and also the income earning of the workers, because we also want to see that this will advance all the life together. And we also understand that today we need cooperations of all parties. In this case, Indonesia, of course, applying the same thing as other countries, like a minimum wage, which is adjusted every year to the formula, um, to the economic growth and also inflation rate. I think this is quite fair formula because, increasing the salary through um, calculating the inflation rate, this is not reducing the buying power, and it gives also the economic growth which all can enjoy. This is the formula that we're having today, that actually was enacted last year, and it will be evaluated every 5 years. Why Indonesia is applying this? Because we want to have a certainty for the business and workers. Because without the certainty, then it will cause the hesitancy of the investment. And when the business is creating doubt, then there will be less employment and jobs. This is why we need to create the certainty for the 5 years, and with that kind of a formula. Of course, there is always different views, but Indonesia sees that this is the quite fair formula which we could apply well. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to what we've actually had as an issues, there are actually two things which are parts which we may be able to discuss. How decent work in each country happen, because each country probably has a different economic situation and conditions, and the decent work should actually be relevant with that condition and situation. But I am in agreement that we also need to talk decent work for workers who work from the developing countries that go to developed countries. Of course, these years, like migrant workers' work will be even more and more increasing due to the economic growth and the conditions, the situations of the populations of these emerging countries. Of course, the condition of a decent work should be part of the things that we need to pay attention to. Indonesia and other developing countries who actually send migrant workers to help working in those advanced and developed countries, they also need to be provided with the good conditions. And the the Asian countries, for instance, on the other hand, we I would like to propose so that we don't have kind of a competition, so that we will be brought to the era of cheap labor. We want to see a productive labor and decent. And so, regionally and super regionally, there should be a consultation to make a better regional minimum wage, so that there will be no competition to lower wages. So this is what we expect from this meeting. There should be common ways, common efforts to advance this, to get to the goal of our togetherness, which is a decent work, which should be relevant to respective countries' situation. In the future, we will need many things for our economic growth to ensure the advancement of many countries. It was said by the Mr. Director General that the challenge of technology, of course, something that we need to face with a better skills. If we do not want to face that, maybe we will be left behind in terms of technology. and this is also will probably contribute to the unemployment. And of course, with the spirit of justice, as it is the goal of all of us, this could be a very critical basic foundations for all of us. This is why trainings, vocational trainings, joint vocational trainings, and helping one another, different countries, how can we provide a good trainings so that we can anticipate good workers to work. And this is why joint efforts, joint and the cooperative works of different countries and tripartite to come up with these good ideas so that we can get what we want all. And would like to thank you all and wishes that the 16th conference of the APRM ILO will result in beneficial results, outcome to make sure that the regional economy is growing quite well and giving uh, good welfare to all, to the workers, employers, and the government. So that is our common wishes. So have success conference. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.